Mexico supplies 90% of the fresh tomatoes consumed in America. That's more than $3 billion crossing the border covertly until right now. Without prior notice or a plan for transition, the U.S. government imposed a 17% tariff on all imported tomatoes on July 14, 2025. Just a line of policy and a wall of silence. No speeches, no arguments. Prices rose a few weeks later. They increased by more than 40% in Raleigh, North Carolina. A mother picked up a tomato from a nearby store, hesitated, and then put it back. Restaurant menus no longer featured salsa. The color of school salads faded. Additionally, the identical silent query was posed by buyers in cities all around the nation. What just took place? It has nothing to do with farming. Fairness wasn't the issue. This was a change, a message, a break. The tomato suddenly took a political stance. A single ruling quietly changed the agricultural regulations in North America on July 14, 2025. The 2019 Tomato Suspension Agreement between the U.S. and Mexico was formally ended by the U.S. government. This long-standing trade pact was originally thought to have helped maintain supply chains and stable prices. That agreement served as a pressure valve for many years. It maintained trade predictability and respectful conversations when disagreements arose. However, this time, there were no working groups, no discussions, and just a press release and a new tariff of 17% warning, with instant effect. Axios and ABC News claim that there was no delay for current contracts or transition time. As soon as they reached the border, the tomatoes that were already on the trucks and en route were subject to taxes. It was dubbed a blindside by importers. It was deemed risky by economists. Traders referred to it as a crisis. In just 2 months, tomato prices in key U.S. cities increased by 30 to 45%. The price of a pound of beefsteak tomatoes in Raleigh skyrocketed from $2.99 to $4.35. Roma tomatoes, which used to cost less than $1, now cost more than $3.80 in Los Angeles. For working families, it's a razor, not just inflation. Salads vanished from school dining halls. Fast food restaurants started using processed paste instead of fresh salsa. Additionally, tomato sauce was stretched one more night and thinned out in suburban kitchens. However, the financial cost extended well beyond shopping lists. Within weeks, many of small import companies owned by Latinos in Florida closed. One by one, they folded as a result of their inability to withstand the price shock. Numerous Latino truckers, warehouse employees, and farm liaisons lost their jobs. Many have been bridging the gap between Mexican supply and U.S. demand for decades. All of a sudden, they were considered disposable. Just severance envelopes and sealed gates, no press conference, no payment. Even the experts were taken aback. Changes in policy were anticipated by trade analysts.